That was the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for coming. So today we're going to go through how to host a launch party and do a few different formats. Okay, so before we start, who's been to a launch party before? Almost everybody? Who's come as a guest and not come as a cleanser? Okay, cool. So basically over on the bench there we've got set up like a product display, how we would usually have it. I've got some snacks cut up, like samples, as we usually have them at a launch. I've actually got one more energy in the fridge that I've forgotten to make up, so I'm a terrible host, but it is there. So they're the types of things that we usually do so people can try some of the products. So what do you think is the most important part of a launch party?
Knowledge about the products.
Making everybody comfortable.
Yeah. Okay, making everyone comfortable. What about the presentation? What do you think is the most important aspect of the presentation? Is it how much we know? No. So what do you think is the most important part?
Be genuine.
The why.
The why. The testimonials are the most important part. Okay, so everyone has to get their testimonial jam pat. Now, if you are the person who's hosting, yours can be a bit longer than 30 seconds. Okay, we usually talk about 30-second stories. And we do that because people have an attention span of about 20 seconds. So if you go much over that, they start hearing blah, 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 blah in their head and they're not hearing anything that you're saying. Okay, so, but the person who's invited people, obviously people are interested in their story. Okay, so theirs can be a little bit more in-depth. You want to be honest, you want to be open. Okay, people don't want to come and hear a sales pitch. They want to hear the emotion, they want to hear your why you've done it. Okay, why you continue to do it and why you want to share it with people. So it's not about, you know, it's interesting to have your centimetres and your kilos and stuff like that, but talk about like emotional stuff. Talk about other things that you've, found from doing the program. So talk about sleep and energy and, all the things that you've found that have happened since you've started the program.
Don't be ashamed to cry. We've all done it.
Yeah, multiple times. Everyone knows me, knows I cry pretty much every single time. So who can run a launch party?
Anyone.
Anyone can run a launch party, okay? So today we're going to go through 3 different formats. The first one is the video format. Okay, now this is what Sarah Jesser from Melbourne had used when she hadn't run a launch party at all. She didn't have anyone down there to help her, so she and her team run the launch party. Okay, so this is in IsaAngels and in Isagenerators, so she's uploaded this file for everyone to use, and it's just a breakdown of exactly what she did on the night. Okay, so anybody can use that.
Sarah Jesser?
Yeah. And it's taken from, it was the managers or directors and above meeting at IsaU in Sydney. So Suzanne Skillen run like a workshop on how to host an in-home party. Okay, so this is basically her notes from that. So it's all about processes. So, walk over and tell them where the bathroom is, all your housekeeping sort of stuff. And then ask some questions. Okay, so how many of you want to be healthy for the rest of your lives? How many of you want your friends to be healthy? Okay, then she plays a movie. Okay, I'm not going to go through all the movies, but I'm sure she used Are You Toxic? Okay, so actually Are You Toxic's down there. I think that was the Australia Isagenix, the ANZ. Have we all watched that one before? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, so she played that movie and then asked a few more questions, got a reading of the room. Okay, what are people after? Are they after weight loss? Are they after energy and performance? Who's interested in the business side? Okay, so she can read it. Because sometimes if no one's interested in the business side, there's no point showing the wealth creation video. Okay, because then it just seems salesy. If people are interested in weight loss, then there's other resources that you can use. So before they played the Are You Toxic, they asked, is it okay if I share my 30-second story? Okay, and that's where she did her testimonials. And that's the most important part. Okay, they need to know that you're real people, okay, and what difference it's had in your life. Then she played the Are You Toxic? So that explains everything about toxicity. It explains nutrient depletion in the soil. It goes through the 5 pillars of health. Okay, it's about an 8-minute video. Okay, it goes through all of that. It is a little bit American, however, it's very descriptive and it's actually like documentary style. So everyone in here should have watched that. If you haven't, homework tonight is to get home and watch Are You Toxic? I send people to that link all the time when they inquire. Alright, it's really good. Then she talks about why she loves the video, and then she has some more testimonials. Okay, so it's all about working as a team. Okay, and at the end of tonight, we're going to sort of get together in teams, and I want you guys to work together after this, because you'll mutually benefit each other in putting on launch parties. Okay, so you can alternate who has them, so it's not one person's responsibility. You can all benefit each other. Okay. She talks a little bit about what the program's about. It's only very minimal though. Okay. She compares it to other ones, so liver cleanse, stuff like that. Often people want to know how is this different to other shakes. So if you can have a really good answer for that, and we can go.
I get that question a lot, everyone, and it was the same question I had before I started. I get that a lot.
And do you know how to answer it?
Well, now I do. Now I actually turn around and say to them, well, you know what? Any other diet shake I've ever had, I'm starving afterwards. I'm never hungry after these shakes. And most people are pretty happy with that because they're the same. They've tried the Tony Ferguson and they've tried the Shore Slim, and they're an hour later you're hungry.
Yeah. And you can also talk to them about how it's not about not eating. Like you eat.
Yeah, that's what I say. So I still eat. I still get to eat. I still get to enjoy food, which is a huge part of my life.
Absolutely.
So, like, yeah.
I know, I get that a lot. Like, oh, I love food too much. I'm like, so do I. I eat every 2 to 3 hours, you know. So it's good that you've got a response like that. And David Wood, when we were out training, actually said to us, you know, you don't need to know all the answers. How he says to approach people is when they say, oh, so what's in the shakes? He goes, I don't know, but my kids have one every day before they leave the house, and I've never felt better. Watch this. And sends them a video. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't need to know all the answers. It's not all about how much you know. Yeah, I love listening to podcasts, so I've developed a lot of knowledge on it, but it isn't about that. Anyone can do it. Okay, especially if you use the tools. Have you heard that phrase? Don't be a tool, use the tools. Okay, so that's what we want to do. Alright, so then she talks about the President's Pack. Just goes through what's in the President's Pack. Says it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And she just said to them, is anyone interested in watching the wealth creation video that shows you how you can get your products paid for? And every single person put their hand up. Okay? So then she showed the Australian Isagenix wealth creation video. And then talked about the $370. So we need to, what you do need to be able to do is explain how they get $370 back, which is only U+2 on President's Packs. And talking about how it's a redirection of money, not an extra expense. Okay, so they're replacing 2 of their meals a day. It's not they're not paying that 19 meals a day on top of what they're already paying. And then they close. So a very important part of, I would say, the first 2 ways we do launch parties is to close the room off and then do questions. Because if you're in an arena like this, and then you go, okay, does anyone have any questions? And the first person sticks their hands up and goes, I hate shakes. Shakes are awful. Okay, what do you think is going to happen to the room?
It's going to go negative.
Alright, so that's why, I know, when I first started, I was like, why don't we just let everyone ask questions? And Emily said to me, you know, sometimes if there's one person that can, you know, really bring the energy of the whole room down. So that's why it's good to have a few team members there. So you can say, okay, can all the cleansers just pop their hand up? Okay, all these people with their hand up are cleansers. If you've got any questions, please approach them. We're going to hand out some price lists, hand out enrollment forms, and you know, you can ask us questions as we go along. And you can even say, you know, some people have private questions that they don't want to ask in front of everybody, so like it's better to break off like that. Okay, so that's basically the video one. So all the links are even on there. So if I were you, I would go home and then the next day or 2 watch all them, see how you like them, see how you could use them. There's other videos. I mean, if you have a room full of women who want to get their products paid for, you might use the Enterprising Women video on IsaMovie. So go into IsaMovie, have a look at all the videos. There are lots and lots of tools there. You're not restricted to this. I just want to show you some formats that you can use.
That's good for a small group as well. If you've only got two or 3 friends coming over, you don't want to do the formal launch party.
It's not selling, isn't it?
That's it. Just have a few bars for them to nibble on and then just go through some of the videos, nice and basic.
Yeah. Okay, so the second one we're going to go through is the PowerPoint. Alright, now this is good if you are happy to talk a little bit about the products, and it prompts you on what to say. But there's 3 points on every slide, so even if you don't know about it, you can use this. Okay, even if you have to look up every now and again, I still look up at it. Okay, so everyone's probably seen this. I'm really quickly going to run through it. Okay, so I just open it up and talk about the 4 solutions that we have. Okay, so it's not all about weight loss, so that puts it out there. You know, if you're not here for weight loss, that's fine, because we have other solutions, and it's all about the way you coach through it. And I like to point out that these are all people from our team. These aren't random people from the internet, these are all results that we've had in our own team. Okay, and then I talk to them about why they're here. It's not just about the weight or, you know, the fitness. What is that going to enable them to do? So you start by trying to get them to be emotional about their journey. Because that's what it is. It's, you know, people say, oh, I need to lose 15 kilos, but what is that going to allow them to do? Okay, so you need to be very clear on that. And it does, it makes them emotional, and that's what you want. You want people, because if they're not emotional, they're not going to push through to get to the results. That's what I've found. Okay, so make them have a think about why they're here. Okay, then we usually have some before and afters. Oh, you look so happy in that picture.
I know. I
Could have at least smiled for the camera.
I didn't think I'd show anyone.
That's when Tara would do her 30-second story. Then I talk about mine, and I talk about my why. Okay, so mine's usually a little bit longer.
That's because you cry.
It is because I cry. But, you know, to me, my why is the integral part of my journey. And I like people to know, for me, it's not about selling the product. I'm really just trying to share something that's worked for me. Okay, and it's worked for my family, and my whole family take the products. So I like giving them a bit of background. I added some of my before and afters because everyone always just thinks that I was always skinny. Everyone, oh, whoa, my face. And there's Simone. Go Simone. I've got to add an extra one up there now. Yeah, third one. And then I really like that picture. It's just 30-day results on her legs are amazing. So, but
is that you?
Yeah. That's Simone. They're a girl from Bathurst. Oh. Yeah. But you can add whatever photos you want in there. So if you've got 3 people from your team doing their 30-second stories and they're happy to have their pictures up, replace them. Like, this is just a guide for you guys. Okay? Then we go into nutritional cleansing. Okay? And talk about toxicity and nutrient depletion. So this is what I mean. If you are happy to talk about those things, then this is a good format for you. Okay? So it just prompts you on what to say. Usually we then watch the Craig Coleman video. Okay, so has everyone seen the Craig Coleman video? Yep. So that's a really good journey to show, like, him going from quite large to getting really athletic. So it shows sort of an energy and performance side as well. So that's why I use it. And I like to highlight that at the end. Okay, that's used for different reasons. Okay, then it goes through some of the main products. Okay, and it gives you a few points on each one. So you've got your shakes. This is where I explain why it's different to a regular weight loss shake. Yeah. The Ionics, the Cleanse for Life, Aegis Actives and Essentials. This is where I was getting you to write down the 3 points before. Do you want me to go back so you can write?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Product B.
Is this your slide?
Yeah.
It's up in IsaAngels, isn't it?
It is, but apparently people can't open it.
No, you can open it, but you can't download it.
I see. Can you watch it from there?
No, it's like PDF'd.
Okay.
What if you email it out?
It's really big.
Did you zip it?
Yeah, I zipped it.
You have to go to like a file sharing site, like you can upload it somewhere, send everyone a link, and then you can go and download it. It's like free
You might
file
have to do
sharing.
Yeah, like Dropbox.
Use your expertise. Sharing the skills. E-shots, IsaPro. It's good if you've got people there for energy and performance. And often the people who are there for weight loss will think, oh, my son or daughter would really like that because they go to the gym all the time. So it's good to show you the different products that are available. Then go through the President's Pack. Okay? So there I might touch a little bit on the Accelerator IsaFlush. You don't have to though. Like, that's just what I do. So there's no wrong way to do it or right way to do it. Okay? So remember, this is all about your interpretation. I do like to go through what they get with the President's Pack to show you that it's a bit of a larger pack and they get better value for their money. And then I do a little bit about the business, because I think the business part is just as important as the product. So the product is the business is the product. And I was very hesitant at the beginning to do that, and I felt like really uncomfortable with that. But now, like, I just think if I don't tell people about it, I'm ripping them off essentially. Okay, if I don't tell them that they can make $820 in their first month, and that is time dependent because it needs to be in the first 30 days, I'm stealing that money from them if they want that opportunity. Okay, so there's a bit about the company. You know, you could change that to whatever you like. It's really up to you. You could put the wealth creation video in there if you wanted to. Then I go through it's free or it's free. Okay, so that's where we talk about the 30-day money-back guarantee, or it's free because you start sharing like we have, and then you start earning your product. Yeah. All right, and that's it. Okay, so you'd say, okay, thank you everyone for coming. You know, put up your hand if you're a cleanser. Please ask these guys any questions. We've got some snacks, that sort of stuff. We'll finish up and hand out price lists and stuff like that. Okay, so it doesn't need to be very long. Hello, come in. Alright, so that's the second one. The third format that I want to go through, it's really informal. Okay, so Aunt Hennessy has really built her business on the come around and have a cuppa party. Okay, so it's not formal at all. She'd get them around her kitchen table, have a cup of tea. She might have some books like I've got up there, scattered out, some Isagenix magazines. She'd cut up a bar, sort of like what Tara was saying, very informal, not using resources like this, but just talking to them about the program. Okay, you don't need to know the ins and outs of every single product. Okay, you need to know your experience. You need to know how to explain it a little bit. So if you can know toxicity and nutrient depletion, it gives them a why, like why we do it, and why it's different to other programs. But really it's just about talking to them about what you've done and how you found it. Because that's the most powerful thing, is your testimonial. And it's the most important thing. People, they're your friends. You want this for them because it's a good thing for them. Okay, that's why you're sharing. Okay, so I would go through, so sit them down, maybe tell your story. Yeah. And then let them lead it. So if you've got a little room, that's when you're going to have those questions coming out, like from everybody, which is fine because it's only a small room, okay, and you can cover it. But in that case, you do need to know how to answer the questions. Yeah. It's probably good to have a couple of people there. If you're not comfortable answering the questions, maybe have your coach there with you. Because people will be like, oh, you know, you can just say, I'm not really comfortable answering, I'm not really confident, answering everyone's questions, but my coach is going to come and she's going to help out, or he's going to help out.
It's like an in-person three-way call.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And often people don't want to do a three-way call because it's impersonal, they don't know who the person is on the other end of the phone. So that might be another option. Come around, have a cuppa, you know, just make it really informal. It's a good way to do it. Alright, so can I get some shout-outs for the points that you had on your 5 pillars of health, please? So let's start with shakes. What are some of the most important things that you think you could tell people about the shake? So I don't want you to know more than 3 points, okay? Don't fill your brain with unnecessary information. 3 points. Do you want to come sit down?
24 grams of undernatured protein.
Okay, 24 grams of undernatured whey. Yeah, okay. Who knows the difference between undernatured whey and other whey?
Cold treated,
Yeah.
not heat processed.
So this is really important if you're talking to athletes or anyone who's interested in muscle development as well, because the undernatured whey means it's extracted using a cold method. Okay, so it keeps all the amino acids intact. I'm just telling you guys this, you don't need to be able to explain it to everybody, okay, but just so you know. Most of the other, like 95% of the other shakes on the market, they partially heat the milk to extract the whey, which means that they're breaking down the amino acids and the protein. So it's sort of like if you oversteam your vegetables, you know how they lose some of their nutrients? Similar concept. Okay, alright, so 24 grams of undernatured whey. What else do we know about shake?
Super blend of trace materials, 72 of them.
Yeah, over 70 trace minerals that we're not getting in the correct amounts from our food. So that's a really important point, because that addresses when we talk about nutrient depletion. Okay, so it makes it really clear about the why.
8 grams of soluble and insoluble fibre.
Great, so 8 grams of fibre. Anyone else?
Boost immunity.
Boost immunity by 500%. Okay, that's a really good one, especially for parents.
And the children can have them.
Yeah, and kids can even have the shake.
Over 2.
Yeah, kids over 2 can have the shake.
They're plant enzyme based, so when you add them to water, they become alive.
Very good. Okay, what about the Isagenix?
Adaptogens.
Old-fashioned tonic, I like that phrase.
The adaptogens.
Plant-based adaptogens. Yeah, what do they do?
Adapt to whatever you need it to do.
But with stress.
So yeah, stress.
Waking up.
Sleep.
Yeah, wake up.
Good. Excellent. So yeah, I like to say, they do what they sound like. They adapt to whatever you're doing to explain to people. Okay, what else about?
Botanicals and herbs.
Yep. Where do they get them from?
All over the world.
Himalayas.
Yep. So they can't actually source everything from one continent. They've got to get it all over the world. Okay, so it makes it quite a unique formulation. Cool. Cleanse for life.
Nourishes the body, it doesn't deplete it of anything.
Excellent.
Assists in the natural detoxing process.
Whole body cleanse.
Excellent. So it's a cellular-based cleanse, and as far as I know, it's the only cellular-based cleanse on the market. It doesn't just focus on one organ. Okay, so it's blood, it's kidney, it's liver, it's colon, everything. Whereas other ones just focus on like the liver or the kidney.
You can do deep cleanse or daily cleanse.
What do we miss? Product B. No one likes to talk about product B.
Telomere support.
Okay, what's a telomere?
It's the end of your chromosomes. The tails at the end of your chromosomes.
Good. The tails of your chromosomes are your telomeres. And why do we need to support telomeres?
Stops aging.
It promotes the healthy aging process.
Good. Supports healthy aging. They'll be very compliant. Okay, actually, we're going to talk about that too, because 30-second stories also need to be compliant.
It's TGA approved.
TGA approved, very important. Okay, so only telomere support in Australia that's TGA approved. I often get, what's the TGA?
Therapeutic Goods Administration.
It's also an antioxidant.
Yep, so it has lots of antioxidants in it. Very good. And I always like to finish off with, I don't miss a day of my product feed, because I don't. It just makes such a difference. Alright, ageless actives and essentials. Let's start with ageless actives. Yeah, vitamin D. Lots of Australians are actually vitamin D deficient, even though we live in a very sunny country. And what does vitamin D help the uptake of?
Calcium.
Calcium, very good. What else does it have in it?
Coenzyme Q10.
Okay, and what does that do?
It is mitochondria cell. Is that right? Cardiovascular.
Yep, so it supplies energy to our cell, to the mitochondria of our cell, yep, and helps fight the free radicals. Very good. That's all I like to say about ageless actives. Don't go too much, because you're talking ageless actives and essentials in the same thing. Okay, so just, even if you talk about 2 points for the essentials, what would you say? It's very basic.
Top vitamins on the market.
Yeah, so what is it though?
It's a super multivitamin.
Yeah, it's a very potent multivitamin. Okay? And basically the other point that I would use is the absorbability, because that's the main difference between our multivitamin and other multis on the market. Okay, so it's absorbed 8 times more than any of the multivitamins.
Jennifer.
Jeffries, yeah. Jennifer Jeffries has an amazing YouTube video. And it shows the difference between Swiss men's and women's, our essentials for men, our essentials for women, and the Asana. And you have to watch it. Like,
What's
after
that
watching
one, sorry?
Jennifer Jeffries, the solubility test. She's on YouTube. She's got her own channel.
On YouTube, she's got her own channel. Excellent. Did we do all the 5? Did we miss one? Done it? All done all 5? Alright, so I want to talk about like the benefits of working as a team. Okay, so I'm going to go through my back office and look at who's on what side and who's in what team, so we can come up with some little teams that can work together. Alright, and so you can support each other. And you know that no matter where they get enrolled, the BVs are all going to contribute to each other. Okay, and supporting each other.
And you're
So I
all
think
on
that's the
my
best way
right.
to do it. Does everyone understand that concept? That if you're on one side, then the BVs all flow up? Good.
It's good to see you three come
So,
together.
and I also want to get across that as an IsaAngels team, I really love it if we can use any party as a resource. So it doesn't matter if it's your party, if it's my party, or if it's Miriam's party. And I think like it's mostly been that way. I just wanted to put it right out there that I'd really love it if we can just
have
take
people that
Yeah, you don't have to have your own.
If you've only got one person.
Yeah, it would be easier to bring a room full of people. Yeah, well, I think we were lucky that we had it here because if we didn't, it might have looked a little sad.
That's alright, but that's the benefit, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many did we end up having at yours? And there was the whole room full.
5.
Yeah, and then Miriam's the other day, or the one before that, you had more.
Yeah, we had heaps at the other one.
There was lots of people contributing, so it's beneficial because it creates a better atmosphere, and we get to present to more people at once. So
And you've got more cleansers in the room.
Yeah, more cleansers to contribute their opinions. Yeah, good. And that means that you don't work by yourself. Okay, so PK Smith told me about everyone having their own job, so we shouldn't be doubling up on things. So I'd really like it if, like, half an hour before the party starts, that the cleansers could arrive, so then you can allocate jobs. So it won't be one person's job to greet people at the door. That's their only job. Okay, another person's job to get them more energy. Another person's job to, show people where, like, come and sit down, just welcome them. Obviously you can cull these if you don't have enough people, but but the host job should really be just to host, so they shouldn't be doing all the other jobs as well. So if we can try and do that, I think that will make a more efficient party, make people feel more comfortable. Like, even someone's job could be just to engage people in conversation, because often you get that awkward silence when they're waiting, you get people waiting. So if one person's job is just to sit down and have a chat, then that'd be a really good way to do that. Yeah, it is awkward. Yeah,
Because a lot of people in the room don't know each other either. And if you're, opening the door, you're leaving a room full of strangers all looking at each other like, oh, why are we here?
And PK also talked about name tags. Like, I am hesitant with name tags, and he did explain why though. And he said that people are actually, like, 84% more likely to start talking to someone if they know their name. So that's why
It's a starting
the first,
point. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Yeah. So I don't know whether maybe we should just try it for a couple. I know it makes people walk in, they roll their eyes and they're like, name tag. But it actually makes a difference.
It reminds me of the episode of Friends where Ross is the only one like, hi, I'm Ross, and everyone looks at him because he has a name tag on, and no one else does.
But even what PK said was to make sure that all you already have name tags on, so it's like already done.
Yeah, so your guest isn't the first one to put it on.
And it does make a difference. It makes a big difference. So that could be someone's job, like the greeter at the door could be the name tag. So.
The first one that I came to, we had.
Yeah, and I actually found that it did work, and I just forgot to go
Even
buy
if you could
name
pre-write the names
With a name
out of
tag,
who
right?
was expected to come, so that you don't have to write them out.
That's good.
It's also very handy when you have someone coming and you don't know, you haven't met them yet.
You can ask them, what's your
And
name?
ask them what's your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you just tell me what the time is?
Quarter to 8.
Okay, so look. Alright, what we might do is I want you guys to practice your 30-second stories to each other. Okay? Oh, I can't believe she's asking us to do that. Seriously, if you can't do it here, how are you going to do it in front of a group of people? It's better to practice here. Alright, so what's the template, please? You can remind me. Before Isagenix, I was
introduced by.
Was that next?
Yeah.
I was introduced to Isagenix by.
I've been on the products for this long.
As a result. Yeah, I am now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do we need to go through that again?
What was the product?
So
Before.
Isagenix I was introduced to the products by.
I've been on.
I've been on the products for, as a result, and I am now. People who are at David Wood should be experts at this. You might even ask for some examples.
Do you want me to pause this during this? Oh.
The launch party, I've welcomed everybody, and I've just said, okay, Therese, would you mind sharing your 30-second story with us?
I'd love to. Before Isagenix, I was extremely overweight, tired, and unhappy with where I was. It was affecting my ability to be a good mum for my daughter. I was introduced by Sandy, who I met through Touch Football. I've been on the products now for about five months, and as a result, I've released 20 kilos, gained energy, and I feel fantastic. I've got a long way to go, but I know I can get there. And I'm now looking to the future, and I have goals and plans and things. So
Good done.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
Woo!
Okay, who wants to go next? I'm going to cue people to do those. Don't really cue people, seriously.
Okay.
Off you go.
Hello everybody, my name's Amanda, for those of you who don't know me. Before Isagenix I was overweight, tired, I was in a highly stressed situation with a sick little baby. I was introduced to Isagenix by Sandy here at the gym, and as a result of being on the products I've now lost 12 kilos. I have gained back energy. My stress levels have decreased immensely, and I'm able to cope with my son and my other 3 sons a whole lot better than I was before. It's now been 4 months, and I started sharing this amazing program with other people, and as a result I'm starting to make myself a nice little income. So it's been great in more than one way. Thank you.
Go on, Ainsley.
Oh no. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks, Tara.
Let me just get the camera on you.
Alright. Hi everybody, I'm Ainsley. Before I started Isagenix, I was constantly tired, always trying to count calories and train. I never had any energy to do everything, working full-time studying. I was introduced to Isagenix by Tara, who I know from primary school. Now I've been on the products for 3 months. As a result, to have more energy, I'm sleeping better. I come home from work, I actually want to train. I love taking my dog for a walk. My dog now loves me, so that's a good thing. Now I'm completely happy. My home life is better, my work life is better. I'm just a better person. You ask my sister, I'm sure she'll tell you. I'm a lot more positive. That's from the groups on Facebook and not only the product. Now I'm looking to grow my Isa family as well, along with support, and share the health with everybody else.
Well done.
One more. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Renee from Sydney.
What was that? Sorry, David would joke.
Before Isagenix, I was lacking energy and motivation, and my weight was impacting on my back. I was introduced to Isagenix by my friend I've known since early high school, Charisse. I've been on the products now for 3 months, and as a result I've released 10 kilos, I've gained energy, I'm less stressed, and my weekends are action-packed. I need to slow that down. I'm now on time. I was notoriously late for everything. My back pain is reduced with my weight loss, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Well done.
Stepping out of your comfort zone. Okay, David Wood talked about comfort zone, uncomfortable zone, unknown zone, and all the magic starts happening when you step into that uncomfortable zone. Okay, it's difficult. The first time Lisa was there, Charisse was there. First time I got up, I had a room like 35 people at my mum's house. Okay, and I was a blubbering mess. Okay, I was shaking, I could hardly speak, and now I do these things twice a week. So it is all about practice. Practice in the shower to yourself, practice your kids, I don't care. Now the dog, practice your dog.
Make my dog walk.
You have to say it out loud. If you don't say it out loud, it never comes out how you're saying it in your head. Okay, so the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. Okay, now they were excellent 30-second snippets. If you were the host, I would like that a little bit more embellished, but perfect for 30-second stories. So that was really good. Alright, so what we might do, we might try and form teams and let's see if we can actually book some dates into some launch parties. Okay, while we're here, I'll get my calendar out and we'll try and do it so we can get a bit organised and have some dates for our team that we can let people know. Okay? Thank you.